Ah, hello, 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 hello. Let me just see this thing. Um, I'm switching over to this NVIDIA fancy stuff. NVIDIA, like they remove background noise and stuff from microphone. So hopefully it's still all right. Just let me know if it's bad, and I'll switch back. But I wanted to try it out. All right, who do we have? Justin, hello. Cybershark, as usual. What's up, man? Aditya as well. Welcome back. Today we have another installment of normal code review things. Um, and I made a poll just for fun, just to try it out. Which language do you prefer? Sadly, I couldn't add more options. But keen to see what comes through. And mods ban anyone who votes for Java or Swift. Otherwise, we all cool. And anyway, how's everyone on this Monday? It is a Monday still. Yeah, sadly. Sadly, it's still a Monday, so I'm just gonna be grabbing some code here. Let's just find some music, actually. If you need royalty-free music, Techno X is a great channel on YouTube. A wide variety of music. Let's try this one. Try this playlist. Link to source code, that one. I'm busy playing Apex, no problem, man. Enjoy. I'll be looking out for your stream as well later. 800, yes, thank you, Aditya, appreciate it. I've been getting quite a few subs recently. I don't know why, since I've barely done any videos, but it's always good to see. It motivates me to make more videos as well. So it is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Huh. So I'm just gonna prepare it quickly. In the meantime, we can just chill a bit. Does this one, I think. Weather app master. Wait, what? Yes, this one. Let's open some Android Studio and start warming up the computer, catching it on fire a bit maybe. Yeah. Wow, this NVIDIA noise removal is impressive. When I slam my desk, it doesn't even pick it up. Nice. Okay, cool. Just gonna look at the app code real quick, and then I'll be able to share it once Gradle has done syncifying. I could hold weather app. Exactly, none of this brain melting stuff I was looking at yesterday. One person voted for Swift. I think that was Justin, since he's an iOS dev. Otherwise, it's looking good for Kotlin. Okay, so let's see what this guy is about. An intermediate Android developer. And he also sent through a PowerPoint little presentation on what the app looks like, so that's interesting. I've not seen that before. But I don't know how other countries do it, but we tend to have a few levels for developers. Like, you start off as a graduate, then junior, intermediate, and senior. And then after that, you tend to move on to like a tech lead role or like an architect, or I don't know. But this guy's applying for a junior position, so that's probably 2 to 3 years experience, I would guess, roughly. I don't have a CV on this one, so we'll have to just go on that. Gradle is still going. Gradle is finished. Okay, just gonna make the code anonymous quickly, and then we'll be able to have a look. How do I... Wait, what is happening? Man, pressing all the wrong buttons. Thanks, Cybershock. Oh man, it's... I don't know, I want to do lots of videos, I lack ideas of what to do. I enjoy writing stuff and recording and editing, I lack ideas, as I say. So I've got a few floating around in my head, but I'm not sure if they'll turn out or not. Okay, there we go, I did rename. Okay, I think it's almost sorted. I'm just doing a few last... he did a log statement with his name in it. Alright, almost sorted. Wait, where's the application ID? Am I blind? Ah, there we go. Okay, never mind. Not targeting API 30. There's a commit message that says updating the whole system, but then it only changes 3 files. With very minor changes. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Okay. Oh jeez, missing some stuff, sorry. What's the meaning of POG? Yeah, it's from Twitch. It's basically showing excitement, or when someone does an amazing play, something really impressive. It's like a POG moment. Or if you search POG champ, that'll give you the right answer. Like that. Okay, anyway, sorry, getting distracted. So I think it's anonymized. I'll just run it quickly and then we can have a look. Hopefully this one builds. Some of them don't. Yep. Kotlin's getting more votes. 4 votes Kotlin, 1 for Swift. Oh, nice splash screen. Oh, that's cool. And I get a blank screen. Hello? Nice icon as well. Oh, it's one of those... Hey? I think it's one of those adaptive icons that when you move it and drag it around, you can see it sort of morphing. I don't know what the word is, but it's not working for me here. It's showing a blank screen. Maybe I need to do the last location thing. Open maps first. Well, this is not so great. Oh, don't tell me it's like an API key or something, man. I don't have patience for that. Oh, I don't see any logs or anything. Great. Okay, so they have some maps stuff, but where's the service? Retrofit. Oh, there we go. Okay. Sorry, this is taking a bit longer. I'm gonna try put in my map, my API key, and see if that works. I'll probably end up leaking it, but then I can just recreate it. What? Why can I not sign in? Oh, email. That's just, it's a Monday. That's what it is. Yeah, I'll show it now. Sorry, I'm just trying to get it to build and run first time, so I can see if there's any stuff that shouldn't be there that might, I don't know, maybe a screen with their name or something. I don't know. but I'm just getting a blank screen. This is what I'm seeing. So I even did the hack of going to a map and, you know, having it load a location and then going to the app. Nice splash screen, but I don't know. Maybe the maps key is also invalid, I don't know. Try a cold boot. Oh. Yeah, the floating action button, it's enticing, it makes me want to click it. Yeah, I agree, it doesn't look very beautiful. You should have a loading spinner or something to show off, you know, if something is happening in the background or not. And it still doesn't work. Shit. I'll try set a different location, maybe. And I don't think I have like dark mode or anything weird. No, it's off. The PowerPoint. Let's see. I mean, I need to test the app. I need to actually build and run it at the end of the day, but we can try this thing. And yeah, I can show it now. I just need to remove the name. I mean, from these screenshots, it looks promising. Sorry for all the lightness of this view, but this is what they submitted. So yeah, I mean, we saw the splash screen already, and then it's pretty much the expected UI that you're supposed to get. Looks like it follows the theme, which is great. Has all the necessary details, and that button is apparently to add favorites. You can search for a city, add it as a favorite, and then you can view them on the map. So it seems good, because they went and added extra things like favorites. So yeah. No, there's no guidelines on the project itself. And the API keys are in here. It's not like I'm missing them out. They are actually provided. I mean, I guess we can look at the code and maybe debug it somehow. But I'll take out my API key again because I don't need it apparently. Presentation mode. Okay, so I've set location in the US. And sadly, we don't have anything here. I mean, you can see why it's good to show, first of all, to show a progress bar somewhere, or some indication of loading. Even if you have a person running around on the screen, you know, some form of activity indication, and then error handling. If something goes wrong, show it to the user. Show an error screen or even a snack bar saying failed, like it couldn't get your location or couldn't get the weather info, something like that. Just, it helps a lot. It's one of those things that's maybe undervalued or underappreciated when writing apps, even like this, even, you know, application, or my words are disappearing. When you're applying for a job or something like that, it's one of those small things that can help make a good impression. Yeah, anywho, we can look at the code, I think, and maybe then after try to debug it. White on white. Oh, is that what you meant earlier? I mean, not according to this screenshot, but I mean, how would I even test that? Maybe if I force dark mode, it will look a bit different. Otherwise, we'll have to change the actual code. No, I mean, from his presentation, it looked, you know, all according to the designs with the nice green background and trees and things. So, what is that scrolling? So I do not think it's that, but we'll see as we go through the code. So we'll start on the, let's start on the lowest level. Is it low level? Do services sit at the bottom or at the top? I never get it the right way around. But we have models. I mean, this, why is this red? So the IDE is clearly a bit confused, because it can build and run without issues. But whatevs. So these are all models. I guess nothing exciting there. Just nice data classes to keep them small and readable. Imagine if you had the Java equivalent of this, man. Right, you would need all these fields, and then you would maybe have a constructor with each of them, although probably not for like deserialized stuff, but constructors, getters, setters, not setters here because they val, but getters, and then equals hash code. It just gets so much. Kotlin is amazing. Yeah, I'll close all of those. So models are pretty standard. Yeah, the JSON thing, man. I guess you have to add an explicit dependency on it. Okay, here we have the retrofit services. Thank goodness they use metric. Yeah, exactly. 12 getters, setters, it's just too much to manage. And then plus, if you add parse-level implementation as well, you have to maintain that. And I've seen bugs happen where, you know, the parse-level stuff is left out if you add a new field, and then it's like, what? What's going on? Where's that value coming from? Yeah, and the naming of packages also shouldn't be caps. Kind of warns you about that. Anywho, retrofit service. Huh. Okay, at least there is view models and stuff in this one. But this is a forecast view model API. I don't know what this... Oh gosh. Holy balls. Okay, we skipped a few layers here by going to the activity. I'm just gonna close that. No, we don't need to worry. How many? Yeah, there's some view models. I don't know if this is supposed to be like a base view model or what. Okay, so this is setting the city. Jeez, landed up back there. Setting the city that you want to view the weather for, and then when you set it, it will go and into the switch map, and then it will get a user. Interesting. Why is it transformed? Are you talking about this transformed? Or was it in the activity? But using the switch map, so it's saying whenever this live data gets a new value, it will come to this block. So essentially when they change the city on this method, it will update this live data, which will then trigger this to go and fetch the new weather for that city. Cancel jobs. Whoa, is this a singleton? Yeah, pretty much. Live data's triggering each other, basically. Okay, we have a view model API. That baited me because I'm supposed to be looking at service layer. Wait. Why do we have volley if we have retrofit? Is this like copied from some other project and not really used? Oh no, it's used. Hey? What? Okay, this is in an activity. And suddenly they're doing a volley call instead of a retrofit. Interesting. I mean, typically you want to stick to one service framework just for maintainability and understandability even. I also thought image stuff, yeah. But nah. Is this only? Okay, so they gave up on volley, or they gave up on retrofit and switched to the other one. And we have a retrofit builder. I mean, that's fine, I guess. In my opinion, it's better if it was like in a Dagger module or something, but I don't think they really have DI. I mean, these repos are objects in Kotlin. Now the retrofit thing is... it is used by the repo. Huh? Wait, I'm so confused now. Okay, this thing and the volley. The request that they're using on volley is to get the weather. But the API... yeah, so it's this one. Okay, so they've implemented the same service call twice to get the current weather. Yeah, that's okay, that's what it is. I guess they maybe tried to migrate from one to the other and gave up or forgot to do the last one. Yeah, volley can just do normal requests. I've not seen... oh, volley has a built-in image loader. Okay, that's nice. I've not really used it myself. But yes, you can use it for normal requests too. Seems like a sample they started with. Yeah, I think it's something like that, because when I see some unused stuff or functions that are called getUser, that's not really pertaining to the weather app, it makes me a bit suspicious. I've seen things that reference movies as well. Like movie repository or something. Okay, anywho. So we have two services, but let's look at the repos. So the current weather, it's a Kotlin object. Format that actually. And formatting is really underrated as well, I think. It makes code so much readable if you format it well. So we have a job, which is a coroutines thing. Yeah, this is probably not how you should do coroutines. For starters, if you call this function like multiple times quickly, you know, it's going to create multiple jobs and you're not going to be holding on to the latest job. getUser. Yeah. So I don't know if there's a sample for this or they imported it from somewhere else. Like a sample in Android Studio. And this. Man, all this manual coroutine stuff is not great. I mean, the way I do it, you shouldn't just be creating scopes, because then they don't like get cancelled ever. Okay, so in the repo, it just then calls the service, switches to main thread, and then updates the live data and completes the job. This cancel is called from view model, called from activity on destroy. Oh, no, no, no. I'm getting sad. No, they use the IO context here. Yo, what I would do instead of get user, get weather. Like, it's recommended as well that you only use live data from the view model to the view layer, right? Repos don't know about life cycles and views, and live data is lifecycle aware, so it doesn't make sense to really use it here. I did it as well when I started off. When live data was first a thing, I put it in the repo as well, but it just makes life a lot more complicated. So I would do a function like this. Right, and then you can do that. Yeah, need the city as well. It's already so much simpler. You don't need jobs management, and all that you do is it's a suspend function, and then you switch to background thread here, and then call the service, return the result, do whatever caching you need. Then the view model is the thing. Where is this used? Here. So view model, you would launch a coroutine in the view model on the view model scope, because then when this view model dies, the activity dies, the scope is automatically cancelled. So then the work in the repo is cancelled as well. Then you would say repo. Alright, it's a singleton. Get weather for whatever city. And the nice thing is that the view model scope, it defaults to main thread. So, right, this thing I switched to the background context inside here. So you don't need to worry about doing it in the view model now. Here you're safely on the main thread, so you can update the UI or whatever you need to do with that result. So then the view model code is clean, repo code is clean, and you don't have to keep track of jobs all the time. Yo, sorry, bit of a rant there. Yeah, making a new context as well, that's not what you should do. New context, a new scope. Yeah. So you should either use a pre-built one is easiest, like the view model scope, or if you're in an activity for whatever reason, they have lifecycle scope that you can use, and you can launch normally, or you can launch every time it's resumed, for example. So then, obviously now, if the activity dies, it's the lifecycle scope, it's tied to the lifecycle, so this will be cancelled automatically. So you can use the pre-built scopes that are cancelled automatically. And what else was I gonna say? Sort buffering, I don't know if it's lagging. Oh, or if you need to do stuff, need to do work, you know, that sort of goes throughout the whole application, it's not tied to a screen, then they recommend you define your own scope. You know, and your default maybe to main thread. And then this scope you would probably never cancel because it goes through the whole life of the activity of the application. And then if you need to do work that is not specific to a screen, you can use this scope. As opposed to using global scope, which is discouraged now. Okay, anyway. I'm going on too much of a rant here. Not a rant, but just giving my thoughts. But yes, so this what is happening here makes coroutines look not fun. Like, I would rather use an async task than have to do this every time. Like, imagine every class you use coroutines, you know, have to keep track of jobs and things. No. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's not going to break, I think, because it's tied to a live data. So, say the activity dies, you're just going to update a live data, but then no one's using it anymore, so it just kind of nothing happens. So it could be worse, but could be better. And this code is pretty much identical to get the forecast for the next 5 days. So I don't really need to look at that, I think. So that's all for the services and repo. We don't actually have caching though. Wait, what? Oh. Music, hello? Oh. Talking too much and my voice is dying. How did he call a suspend function inside the normal function? Where are you talking about? Sorry, I'm clicking around too much. Let me just close everything. I'm guessing you're talking about here, because that's the only suspend ones there are. Because he said launch on the scope that he created. Sorry, I'm not sure which class you're talking about. Geez, so much nesting here. When the live data becomes active, meaning there is an observer, then we will launch stuff. Okay, yeah, so it's yes. Created a new scope, which you should not do this as well. But anyway, yeah, on the scope calling launch, then inside here is a suspend function. Right? Yeah. So inside this launch block you can call suspend functions, and it's all sorted. Anywho, moving on. So interesting that those are called repositories, and then there's also another repository. But this one just interacts with the room DAO objects. So I don't know why. You don't really need a separate class for this, since it's not doing anything. It's just delegating straight to DAO. So this, I'm guessing... Oh my gosh, this activity is scaring me, guys. I don't know. Okay, sorry. So this repository that just interacts with the DAO is used by the view model, which is fine. View models use repositories. Ooh. Wait, where are we now? Okay, let me look at the database before I go to view models. Recycler view model. It's unused apparently. We can have multiple delete functions. True. If that was happening, then maybe it was a useful class. So we have room, we have some entities. Yeah, you see. Player database callback. Who's a player here? I'm not a player. Cybershark's probably a player. Unused stuff. Launching a coroutine just for fun. And then creating the instance. Huh. Yeah. Though the way they did this is not great, because they passed in... Where does this come from? The view model scope. And you would probably in this case want to use an application scope, because if you were to navigate away from that screen, then it will cancel the pre-population. So yeah, you shouldn't be passing around view model scope probably. I mean, at least in that case. What is this music? Just randomly stops the playlist. Sorry. Whew. But you see this kind of stuff. So just getting... That's better. Getting stuff is fine. Because that's the data you're getting. List of forecasts, the current weather, that's cool, but inserting... sorry, pressing wrong stuff. This is for some reason happening in the activity. Which is not great, and there's so many warnings on the side, wow. But it's probably best to do this in the repo. Like here, for example, when you try to get the forecast, you could check if the forecast has been fetched recently or not. Then, you know, go and make a service call if you need to, and then populate the DAO. And then it would be fine. But you don't want other places you don't want other places putting stuff into the DAO. Because other classes shouldn't know really about caching or service calls or stuff. You just say to the repo, give me some data. Yeah, and you could get rid of a lot of the stuff with dependency injection. You just inject a repo and you don't have to care about the other stuff, but oh well. The DAO is pretty populated. I mean, it seems good. I think for ones like this, you should have transaction on it, probably. So that it happens in a database transaction that can be rolled back or whatever it allows. Since you're deleting in a query instead of with delete annotation. But I've not worked with a room in a while, admittedly. And then we'll have just some entities, which probably won't be that exciting. Yeah. Whew. Okay, so... Not that one. Ah, yes, how could I forget that the view model was in the repository package? Oh, I think we're pretty much done with that one. I'm scared to look at the activity now. The utils, I think it was just the API key. Yeah, so that's not really too much to look at there. The splash screen. Looks like this is copied from Stack Overflow or something. Comments explaining what's going on. At least I can make the application perform a lot faster by doing some insane changes on the splash screen. Wow! I reduced the speed by 10 times. Oh, it was sequential. Okay, cool. Thank you. So, splash screen now much more performant. That's cool. REST API we looked at. View models, repos, entities, adapters I need to come to as well. Oh boy. Let's have a look at main activity. Wow. Ooh. Wait, what magic? Oh, the splash screen. Dude, you don't learn nothing over the years of working on Android. You learn the tricks and the trade and stuff. Okay, jeez. So we have view models, that's good in an activity. Wait, this one is also a view model, yes. Wait, what? Where does this one live? Oh, sorry, this view model lives in the REST API package. Forgot about that one. Oh, Kotlin. Synthetics. Can I not minimize this now? Yeah, good spot. But he has find view by ID as well. That's a bit confusing. View models, you have an adapter, you see, and you should also not store data stuff in a view layer. Now, for example, if you rotate the screen or something, this is gone. And you'll have to fetch it again. Whereas if you use a view model, it's retained when you rotate. Yeah, this should all not be here. Daniel, what's up? Yeah, find view. I know, it's not great. You can get rid of all of this. Oh wait, they're only local fields. But you can get rid of all of it if you just have view binding or something like that. Just, it's so much nothing going on here, that's the problem. So much boilerplate that you don't really care about. Tag is class name, which leads to a lot of A's on pro-guarded. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Can't you configure ProGuard to discard logs? I mean, I doubt it'll be done in here, yeah. But I think there's like a assume no side effects or something flag. So I guess typically you would want to remove logs from release builds. But yes, a lot of A's and B's and C's when it's obfuscated. Yeah, no, it's all good, thanks Daniel. Just enjoying the end of Monday. Chilling a bit. Yeah, previous sample that got the Stack Overflow treatment. Exactly. Okay, so fuse location, recycler view, adapter view models. Not even using the cool syntax to initialize them. In Kotlin, instead of doing that, you can say by view model. Yeah, that one. And then you don't need to manually set the field because it uses this delegate thing. So much better. Then it can be a immutable and not late init. I'm not a fan of late init. You should try to avoid it when you can because it's pretty much going back to Java's nullability system. Because if you try to access that field before you set it, you just get a runtime crash without any safety. Need a mapping. Yeah, you need to upload that, the ProGuard mapping file. Indeed. Ooh. Now this is all one observe callback here. This I see often as well, or similar situation. It's better to use type. Yeah, exactly. Use nullable type instead of late init. Like in this case here, where you're doing so much in an observe call, like all of this should be in a view model probably, and you would maybe have data binding or separate properties just for each field, for each text or whatever that you're changing. I would definitely use data binding in this situation. In the view, like, you wouldn't need any of this at all, probably. You might have this, your when statements in the view model, which then you update a data binding property, you know, which icon to show, or which color. But this is also a bit crazy. Add notify dataset changed, of course. Wait, what? Oh, there's another observe there. Yeah, very tricky. There is a progress bar. Huh. Could have fooled me. Yeah, theoretically it does. It has things called view models and things like that, but I think a lot of logic could be moved out of here. Holy cow. The typical permissions boilerplate, yeah. Wait, what? This also seems a bit strange. Whenever we need to get the current weather for a city, we're creating a new view model and redoing all of this stuff, which may seem a bit unnecessary. Probably in this thing you'd only want to have this part, which tells the view model that a new city was selected, and this observe calls you should only do once in onCreate. Otherwise you register multiple observers and the callback will happen multiple times when you change the thing only once. Anywho, so the current weather, we just... What? Array of ticked. What? What is happening here, man? Calling to double on a double. Yes, true facts. And things like formatting, in my opinion, is also should be done in view model. Even though it's a view concern, that's what a view model is supposed to do. Supposed to prepare stuff to show on the view, so do the formatting there as well. Do all these when statements there as well. And then only then do you, I don't know, send the thing to live data when you have formatted it and everything. Wait, what? This is so weird, the... Hey, where is this coming from? Oh, right, that's the parameter. So we register an observer, and then we get back the weather. We process it and format it. And then the UI is what adds it to the DAO, or the room database. Very interesting way of doing it. It's storing the formatted values. I mean, typically you just store the data that you get back from the service as it comes there, not as you would need it on the UI. What's the best date formatter? I think you probably still have to do this. Simple date format. I know it's ugly and no one really likes it, but Kotlin has a time library. What is it called? Sorry, I'm looking. Kotlin has, in the standard library, they have kotlin.time package. But it's still experimental. So I don't know if they have in there some way to format. I've not used it yet, as it's experimental still. But hopefully they do. Otherwise, I don't know if there's alternates to simple date format yet. Amit, you love this live coding? Thanks. live reviewing, yeah. Seeing how other people do MVVM. Oh, thanks Cybershark. Throwing in some additional ones there. Yeah, I've not used the Android ICU stuff. Maybe it's also pretty good. Wow. Dude, there is just a lot of stuff. Tomorrow at 12. Yeah, this should not be on view layer. You see, and this is exactly the problem with late init. So don't use this, but on late init you can do this. Yeah, so this view model field is a late init thing. And you can say is initialized on that to check if it actually has a value. You'll see it was buffering a bit, but hopefully it's fine. To check if late init has been set, then you can do stuff, because if it's not set, it would crash. So rather just use nullable types. Or in this case, I showed view model, you can just make it, you know, an immutable, non-nullable field. Which is what view models probably should always be. Instead of having to check if they've been initialized and whatever. And then you cancel all the jobs when you destroy. Which again, you wouldn't be necessary if you'd use the view model scope to launch those coroutines. Oh my gosh, what is happening here? Holy moly, this is the last function in this activity. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Kotlin date time stuff. I think they always make APIs that are nice to use. So I'm sure they'll do a good job there. Yeah, and also a lot of inline stuff for performance. Or I guess value classes as they are now known in 1.5. Okay, when permission is granted. Okay, so they do use last location. Good to know. Yeah, that's the only one they use. So there are toasts for failing to get location and stuff. So maybe that's not the issue. System.exit, wow. I don't think you also suppose. What am I saying? I don't think you're supposed to use that in Android apps. Finish and then just exit the whole process like that one time. Dave, hello. I can't answer that. I have not used the new or the experimental Kotlin stuff. Maybe someone else in chat has used it. They can give opinions on that. All that I know is that I don't like working with the Java API's dates and calendars and stuff. It's just, it works, but it's not fun. And I want to have fun while I'm coding. What was I checking? Oh, I wanted to put stuff in here. So let's print out when we get a location. So I want to see if I can make this work. Otherwise I have to send it back to them to fix. Last location, print out the exception. I hate Java time, all the temporal fields. And I mean, Java has the duration API, but we can't really use that because it's Java 8. Although you probably can now with the new desugaring stuff. The old Java date and time calendars are bad, but there's a new one in 11. Don't come here with your privileged Java 11 attitude, okay? Some of us are stuck on Java like 7.5, feels like. So when Kotlin adds cool stuff, we get all excited. So I can't... Yeah, still no show. I haven't really done much changes for it to actually work. I'm thinking it might be to do with the maps key or something. Although... Wait. Permission... Breakpoints are for the weak. System.out is where it's at. Is my log broken or is it not doing anything? Let me ungrant permission and see if it works then. Hey! What is that UI? We get something. Nothing like the screenshots that he put in. What, so it only loads if you granted permission. Oh. What? How does it suddenly work now? Okay, not gonna question it. How it should have been from the start. Exactly. At least I could see something. Although it's not like the design is supposed to be. Oh my gosh. Get current weather. And they still call it a user, even though we're getting weather. Eh. Okay, maybe the API key is a bit outdated or something. Come now, Dave. Huh? Where's my logs gone? Yeah, it feels like it started off okay, and then it's become a crime scene. Recycler view, it is. I saw adapters and stuff. Can check the code, I guess. I'm just trying to see if the data is coming back at least. Yes, I'm gonna be sad if I have to keep rejecting this permission every time for it to be able to work. Yep, it only fetches the weather once you manually allow the permission. Granted. Okay, so it gets stuff back. Let me wrap that. Printing out the response that comes back. Why am I debugging this, man? I don't get it. Okay, wait, so we got that. This goes to here. This is observed here. We printed out that. So we did, right? Yes, got weather response, so we got in here. Then it adds stuff to the database. Insert current weather. Get current weather. Used here. Assigning elements. Oh, okay. Right, so it's loading from the DAO, which is why we're getting data without doing the permission hack. Because it's cached on disk. Mars data. Yeah, the permission thing. But at least now there's stuff in the DAO, so almost leaked my Discord DMs. Not that there's much to leak, Sag. Okay, but yeah, maybe as you mentioned then, it's a problem with the... What is going on? Image view temp. Wait, what? Oh, that's a variable name. I was confused. I thought this was a utility class or something. But it's just an image view set resource. So it is setting text. I mean, is it actually just white text? Oh my gosh. Cybershark, I'm pretty sure you said this 5 minutes into the video, into the stream, that it's a frickin' white on white. Are you kidding me? Easy does it. I'm gonna have a meltdown. No freaking ways, man. I do not want to hire this person. Not that I have a final say, but what is that presentation we looked at? What? Just hold, please. Where is it gone? Downloaded it somewhere, I think. That one. It's called a user manual. Wait, shit. Remember this? I mean, unless the background is somehow broken. But I mean, it's very different to this. Like, like there's something missing here. Oh, come on. I should have taken you more seriously, but they sent screenshots, so I thought it's failing service or something, man. Oh, Justin is back. Hello. Hopefully the Apex is going well. No one prefers Swift. Yeah, we don't do that here. No one prefers English either, which is interesting. I'm dead. I know, I can't... You see... I'm sad. I'm crying on the inside. As I said, I was baited by this presentation. Because I thought the UI was sorted, so I was thinking the data is not coming at all. That's why I was looking into the repos and stuff. Okay. Removing all white text. Hey! Wow. It also can't scroll this thing. PogChamps in the chat for Cybershock. Knowing that it was white on white. But I'm so confused. So maybe it's just the thing that figures out the background is broken. Oh my gosh. Still better than your code. I doubt it. Okay. Again, I'm not really supposed to be fixing this. It's not my job. I'm supposed to just send it back, but I'm so intrigued. Okay, where does background things happen? Close everything. Background. Background, we're gonna... Hopefully there's no Java, no. At least stuff is in Kotlin. Status bar color, main view. This one. Yeah, so it does have background things. Where does this go? Setting the status bar color. Does it get set? You see, something is broken. Oh no, it is context compatible color. Oh, the conditions maybe. Okay. Why would you default it to white? I don't know. Haze. I see. Ah. Okay, where is it not hazy? uh, Alright, it won't get me new weather because I need to reject the permission first. Please hold. And YouTube keeps pausing the playlist for some reason. So many clicks to deny a permission as well. There you go. Look at that. Okay. Okay, so Daniel also solved it. Change the weather and let's see. That is so bad. Oh no, man. Okay, where... I want to just undo anywhere where I deleted the white text. Ah, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, I suppose it was just an unfortunate choice of default color here. Maybe I'll make it the cloudy color for future. And indeed, doing fetching the data on permission granted is also not great. Because then when you open the app subsequent times, you just don't get any new data. And plus, I can't scroll this recycler view here to see the 5th day. And this is also annoying my OCD. Who pointed out, Aditya mentioned it's not centered properly. He was messaging me on Steam. So, I mean, it works. I can't play Dota with you now, sorry. Do not disturb is required. Gosh. Sorry. Why do people only invite me when I'm busy? Sad. Other times I have no friends. Okay. Whew, finally. What? You know, suddenly it's purple. Hey, nice. Okay, so this works. Adding favorites. That's fairly simple, I suppose. I can read the text, because it's not white on white. What? Why is it only South Africa? Huh. Apparently we have a mountain view in Pretoria. Okay, well I don't know what they did to this Google thing. Nice. Oh shit, I forget you can't scroll to zoom in. Don't think that's the zoom I wanted actually. No, what are you doing? Oh shit. Oh, you can use control, right? Yeah, to pinch zoom. So then it just shows those two favorites on the map, which is cool, and that's one of the optional requirements. So I think I'm pretty much done. Boy, this has been interesting. Thank you guys for sitting with me and helping me debug this. Appreciate it. My lesson is to listen to Cybershark more, because he can see the future of what the problem is. Monday is the current weather indeed. Locked to South Africa, probably. I don't know how to do that. UI. Oh, wait, oh, I forgot to look at these last two activities, sorry. The add city activity is this one. If I go here, this one I presume. So initializing places. Yeah, okay, as you say, yeah, it's hard coded to South Africa for some reason. Interesting choice though. I can reduce the splash. Yes. Yes, indeed. So, I mean, it's pretty similar stuff in here to the other activities, I guess. Please select a place. What's also nice is showing the temperature next to the place name, city name. But you really need string resources as well, actually, now that I think about it. There are strings resources, but just not used, I guess. Recycler view. Let me just... Come on, so you can see what I'm looking at. And this music can go next, please. So the activity, we have a constraint layout, we have the recycler view, fab, and then the autocomplete, what is it called? Autocomplete support fragment from the places library. So I guess that's all pretty standard, but wait, what? Is this also a volley? Okay, so we have another volley request here instead of retrofit. Oh wait, this is actually what we saw at the start. And then doing manual JSON parsing in the activity. Not too great. And then inserting stuff into the DAO again. Hey. This architecture is like MVVM, you know, with a question mark at the end. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Okay, the last activity was the maps one, which probably won't be that interesting, which looks like this. This pinch to zoom thing is weird to get used to. What? We have a binding object here. Okay, so they know that binding exists. Oh, this is just view binding. View binding. Yay, okay, they enabled it. But why didn't you... Oh. Dude. If you have view binding, why didn't you use it here? Yo. Interesting. It's MVVM in one layer. Yeah, in this maps activity, I guess that's part of, part of the places library. We have the binding, we have an adapter? Huh. This is not used, is it? Okay, the field is only set. I was wondering, there's no recycler view here, so what is that adapter for? Apparently it's just being created for fun. With an empty list. A view model is used to get the... Alright, all the favorites, of course. Repeat. Oof. And this would also be much simpler as a... for each loop. I've never really seen repeat used that much. But I mean, since you're getting the object anyway, you might as well just use for each. More lines maybe? Yeah, I don't know, you can't ever know what is going on. Wait, what? Geocoder, get from location name. I don't know if this needs to happen on a background thread. It's all just in the activity straight. Adding markers. Alright, that's where he had his name, where I took it out. Yo, okay. Oh. Nicely summed up. Yeah, it's a bit all over the place. What? Someone voted for Java. Mods, you know what to do. Okay. I think that's all there was, though. Just let me know if there's something... the adapters, maybe. So the weather adapter, that was... nope, not that. It was... this thing at the bottom, I guess. Which you can scroll, but not really. Copied bits from projects, yeah. Maybe there's a template and some Stack Overflow stuff and... Just a whole lot of stuff. And this white text. Oh. And this is also a bit dodge. It's called set list data, but then it just adds to the list. I see there's a clear, but it's not used. And also notified dataset changed instead of using like list adapter, which has diff util and things and stuff. Yeah, and again, in my opinion, all formatting is done in the view model and then passed in here as a formatted, I don't know, some kind of object. Weather favorite adapter. That one was this, the list of cities and their temperatures. So have a look at a favorite row. It's Roger Federer. Oh no. Roger Federer is 27 degrees. He's quite warm by all standards. Yeah, I don't know where this project was pieced together from. I wish I had a CV for this person so I could know more info. Yeah, so here is clearing and then setting. So that's even better. It's calling notify dataset change twice in a row. And what also annoys me is people ignoring warnings like this all over the place, man. Well, this could be private, not the end of the world, but doesn't this like stick out to you and make you want to mouse over it? And this thing, like, oh no, redundant string template can simplify it, and this thing, oh, you shouldn't concatenate strings, use a resource instead. And this one, use Kotlin's round to int function. I guess sometimes you're in a rush to just get it to work and you don't really notice all the small stuff. And of course we have our example tests. 2 plus 2 is 4. Minus 1, that's 3. Well, this took me way longer than it should have for such a fairly simple project. I mean, normally I take this long only if it's has 6 modules in the project and use cases and interfaces and generics. This one is fairly straightforward, but just trying to get it to actually show stuff was interesting. So I guess it meets the requirements of showing the weather for your current location. Well, it's only your current location the first time you open the app when you grant permissions. I don't know how we tested this. Maybe added permissions at the end only. And then tested it once and was like, oh, cool. But it works. It shows temperature, forecast, although you can't see the last day. Can't scroll it. Should be like wrap, no, not wrap, match parent. So that doesn't go off the screen, maybe. Quick maths, yes, you get it. Inspections off, probably. Takes too much power, so switch it off. Designed it while watching football. Football, very possible. MVP VM, oh, I don't want to know. Wait, is that actually a thing? Model view, presenter view model. So we don't have a control freak view model. Interesting approach, I guess. As long as you don't put logic in the view, I don't really mind. I don't mind. There it is. The unknown conditions item. I don't know why you would invent your own one. Why not just default it to clear or something? Menus. Okay, we have an unused options menu. Oh. Navigation graph, which is like not used and has errors in it. Wait. It is used? What file is this? Content main. Okay, no, it's not used. Well, all in all, a very interesting time. I have learned several things. Ooh. Sorry, missing stuff. The time constraints, I don't know what the time constraints are. I must actually ask, because this is actually getting sus. It does feel like it is a bit rushed at times. Nav graph, unused sadly. Yeah, hello. Where was that? Let me see. Hello, first fragment. I guess when you create a fragment from the Android Studio templates, I think it does that. Or maybe when you create it from the nav component template. And yeah, not removing stuff you don't use. It's a bit unfortunate. I don't like seeing unused stuff around the place. It gives me the impression maybe you don't care, maybe you copied from another project. Yeah. The coroutines part was bad for you. It was not fun to look at, I won't lie. I must look at the repo in the REST API folder. This one. Yeah, I don't know how often you actually need to manage jobs and things like that. I mean, I don't think I've had to do it so far. Typically, you just use the scope of the applicable activity or fragment or whatever, and when it dies, it cancels all jobs and whatever. So this stuff is just so much of boilerplate. Plus, this is a singleton, it's an object, which is probably not great. I mean, it doesn't really matter here, I suppose. Because there's no real state being stored other than this job thing. And if you call this function multiple times, you might have issues. Or just creating multiple jobs, not cancelling the ones before, like job.cancel first and then creating a new one. Yeah, don't do this. don't do coroutines like this, I think. Just launch it on view model scope and don't have to worry about it. You think you read a book by Ray Winderlich? Is that, do they teach stuff like that? Would I recommend Uniflow in production app? What do you mean? Do you want me to link a sample, or are you just asking if I think it's a good idea? From what I've seen on Compose side, it's a good idea. I've been trying to do similar stuff, but with, you know, old view system, observing live data, and then you notify the view model when an event happens. I think that does make sense. It's pretty clean, and the only thing kind of makes annoying is trying to handle one-off events. You know, if a service call happens and the view model is like, okay, cool, you must start a new activity. And then how do you do that with the live data? You need the single live event or whatever, and that part for me doesn't feel as great. It just, I mean, there's working solutions and stuff, but it doesn't feel nice trying to do that. If it's a good idea, yeah. I think it is a lot, microphone is peaking, a lot maybe simpler to do it with Compose now, because they don't really have a choice, because that's how it's designed. But with existing architectures, try to follow it, but I mean, if where it makes sense, don't kill yourself trying to implement something that will just be, I don't know, overkill, maybe not necessary. Could be done a little bit simpler in another way that also works. I guess it's up to you. Yeah, the adapter does throw a spanner in the works there. That's true. That's true. So I tend to be a fan of keeping things simple to a certain degree, rather than over-engineering and trying to follow some pattern strictly to the letter. Because I've seen stuff, I've experienced stuff, I've written code like that, and it just ends up not being too great. I've seen, wow, a lot of over-engineering, interfaces all over the place, factories, generics, and while that is very cool because it's super solid or whatever, when a new person comes on who's a junior with half a year experience, they're gonna die because you have 10 files, you know, to just fetch data and show it on the UI. And then everything is abstracted away and it's just hard to follow, and I think we should favor readability, simplicity. I don't know, maybe it's just my opinion. That's why when I see these use case patterns, I get a bit, it feels a bit strange. Feels a bit maybe overkill. But I'm sure there are situations where it's necessary and it'll work fine. Yeah, just giving my opinions. I mean, I have just over 6.5 years Android experience, so I've experienced some things. I've written a lot of bad code myself, a lot of complicated code, and now I'm trying to preach the way of simplicity. Lifecycle aware recycle your adapter. No, why? Oh, oh, that hurts. already die watching this project. It's not as bad as what I've seen. Some projects that I've reviewed have had no architecture, just an activity, boom, with all service calls, no repo, no view model. So in terms of architecture, this one wasn't too bad, wasn't terrible. I would like to move a lot of logic maybe out of the activities, but it's on the right track, I would say. The candidates, as I say, I didn't get their CV, so I don't know what their experience is. I just got that they are applying to be an intermediate Android developer, and intermediate is typically 2 to 3 years experience, I would say, if I had to guess. So I would have liked to have seen a bit cleaner architecture and maybe some tests even. Definitely the fetching data only when you accept the permission. That also is probably main issue for usability, at least. Because it's after you open the app, you just see the same data every single time. Because it's just going to cache it in a room database, and it won't fetch new data if you don't re-grant the permission. Oh boy, sorry, I'm going on a rant again. Yeah, as the more you, sorry, replying to Daniel's comment, go back to basics. Yeah, you learn from your mistakes, from what you've seen from others over the years, and you use that to inform your own opinions or judgment of how to go about, in future. And I've come to appreciate simplicity. As I say, I've seen a lot of over-engineered code, a lot of generics and interfaces, and it doesn't help anyone. Don't get me wrong, it's still good. Programming against interfaces is good. You have an interface for your repo, for example. But generics often can be abused. You follow MVVM? Yeah, same. Same here. I think it's good. It's what Android is pushing for, so I think it's a good pattern to follow. I've seen this use case pattern, which is like a layer in between view model and repo, which I guess you can use it to transform data that the repo provides, to something that you would display. Personally, I don't know if it's really necessary, but I mean, it is a valid and accepted pattern, so sure. Sure. Okay, I want to just see. I don't think there was any CI/CD. Nah. Nope. Alright. Cool, but I think I'm pretty much done for today. Thanks guys for watching. It's always nice to have people to chat to while I'm going through this. I used to not enjoy doing the reviews, but then when I started streaming it, it's actually something I look forward to at the end of the day. Yeah. So, I'm glad we managed to get the actual UI showing with the nice design with the trees and the green background and things. That was cool. But yes, I need to go make some dinner. I need to send in my feedback to the company on this candidate, and then prepare for Tuesday. Ugh. So yeah, I think I'm done. I see buffering still. I don't know. I think it's all good. Anywho, Aditya waiting for next stream. Thank you. Daniel as well. Thank you. Amit, thank you. As I say, I get an email sometime in the day, recruitment team asking me to do this, and then I stream on the same day. So just keep a lookout for the YouTube scheduled streams notifications, because I'll schedule a stream normally for, in a few hours time. Some great viewer gave me that awesome idea to do that. We get to learn new stuff. We get to see what other people do, and maybe they do cool stuff, maybe they do stuff that is not so cool. But either way, it's a learning experience. I learned that people use multiple service call frameworks in the same app. I'm just being mean now. But anywho, sorry, rambling on long enough. Thanks everyone. We'll see you in the next one. I don't know when that is. Maybe tomorrow, maybe next week. We'll see when I get the email. Anywho, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.